Hello football fans, welcome to this channel dedicated to football, where we represent to you revolutionary football ideas and insights for you to discuss and share it with your friends. Please don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons for more hot content. Also don't forget to drop your feedback and your opinions about the topic in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's hop on to today's topic. In today's video we're gonna be talking about Napoli's great season so far and the way they revolutionized their style of play to the point that it made them one of the better sides in Europe this season. It is safe to say that they have done it. Napoli are winning their third Scudetto, which would be a historical event considering that they only won 2 Serie A titles in their history in 86-87 and 89-90, when Diego Armando Maradona was the star of the team. This season in Serie A, Napoli's form is excellent overall with a current record of 25 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses. This performance actually places Napoli at first out of 20 teams in the Serie A table, winning 81% of matches. Napoli's home form is excellent with the following results: 11 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses, and their away form is as well considered excellent. As a result of 14 wins, 1 draws, and 1 losses, Napoli has scored a total of 67 goals this season in Serie A. Their domestic form has been so impressive. They have done so by boasting the best attack in the division after scoring 16 more goals than any other side, but also the joint best defense, conceding only 21 goals. It is impossible to understate just what lifting Lo Scudetto would mean to the Italian club, who have only won the title on 2 previous occasions, those triumphs coming back in 87 and 91. When these two Italian outfits were drawn against each other just over a month ago, the general feeling was that the Gli Azzurri were big favourites to progress. That was arguably the case not just in relation to the tie itself, but also to the side of the draw they were on. The Neapolitans' Champions League displays and commanding Serie A position painted the picture of a team who would have too much for Milan in the last 8 and then for either Benfica or Inter in the semi-finals. That feeling arguably began to shift early this month, though. Stefano Pioli's side travelled to Naples on the night of the 2nd of April and came away with a breathtaking 4-0 Serie A victory. Thanks to a Leao brace alongside Brahim Diaz and Alexis Saelemaekers' efforts, Napoli's 2-1 win in September did in the September defeat. That idea has largely been proven true over the course of this tie, having been virtually faultless in so many ways so far this season. Napoli, who were missing centre-back Kim Min-jae and midfielder Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa through suspension, will likely be keen to assess how they can operate more effectively against the Rossoneri in future. The key man behind the current success of the club is Spalletti, who was able to create a special atmosphere inside the dressing room, especially after some key players left last summer. Club captain Lorenzo Insigne and club legends Dries Mertens and Kalidou Koulibaly all left Napoli in the summer of 2022, and the side immediately replaced them with other players that are delivering incredibly well. Besides the tactical ideas that Spalletti is implementing this year in an effective way, the former AS Roma coach was able to unify a group of young players that are dreaming to do something special this season. Luciano Spalletti has worked wonders since arriving to the scene of Naples in 2021. The Italian manager helped Napoli to a third-place finish last season, and now prepares to lead the closing stages of their title charge in 2023, with some supremely smart acquisitions in the summer working their magic. Napoli have operated in a 4-3-3 system throughout the campaign, which often manifests into more of a 4-1-4-1, as 4-3-3 systems often do. Throughout the phases, these two compilations of shapes remain fairly consistent, with players holding roles that remain in the ordinal realms of modern-day football. That is, there's no overly complex variations to their play, and in fact, they are fairly rigid. This goes against the common beliefs of those that have tried but failed to fully study what Spalletti's team are accomplishing this season. After a Champions League match in October, Spalletti said that systems in football no longer truly exist, and that instead teams should look to take advantage of spaces through a fluid approach. He commented, "Systems no longer exist in football. It's all about the spaces left by the opposition. You must be quick to spot them and know the right moment to strike. Have the courage to start the move even when pressed." Many took this to mean that Napoli don't play in a rigid system of play, and that their players do whatever they want whenever they want on a schedule that works for them, and somehow it all comes together beautifully. This is not exactly the case. Napoli are generally well structured and completely coordinated. They have several principles of play that remain consistent within an overarching system, and those principles remain fairly rigid between matches. But on both a team and individual level they also remain fluid in subtly adapting that structure to match the moment. That is where you have players like Lobotka, Kvaratskhelia and Giovanni Di Lorenzo who are incredibly astute about seeking spaces, finding gaps and adapting their positioning behaviors and even their role to the evolution of the match. That is precisely what Spalletti spoke to when considering the role of «spaces» in football. If his players always stuck to a pre-assigned list of tasks in their 4-3-3 formation, Napoli would not be where they are today, because a pre-assigned list of tasks within a certain system fails to fully acknowledge the opposition, not to mention the evolution of what might happen in a match. Instead, Spalletti's ingrained several automatisms within his players that they can then use to perceive the moment. Their list of things they could do has been clearly assigned. The two superstars of the team have 67 goal contributions in all competitions between them, 49 goals plus 18 assists, which has been a significant factor behind Spalletti's success. But it's not just individual brilliance, but a clear indication toward playing to the individual strengths of players like Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia. The Nigerian, for example, is naturally the first outlet in transition as he runs the channels and allows others to join attacks later on. Kvara, meanwhile, is the perfect subject for all the wide combinations Napoli endeavour to create, whether they continue to progress down his side or swiftly switch play to the other. Osimhen combines the characteristics of a classic number 9 with the talents of a modern striker. In the other hand, Kvara's dribbling wizardry and passing abilities befuddle defenders in Italy and beyond. Individually, the duo are devastating enough, and together, they are leading Napoli to new heights game after game. We can all agree that Napoli has a incredible squad, but let's not forget that to be in a consistent good form and to be able to compete in all competitions, you have to deepen your squad so you can have more options and choices of players in all the positions of the field. In that sense, Napoli are reportedly interested in signing Chelsea winger Hakim Ziyech, with the Moroccan international set to finally leave West London this summer. Ziyech has clearly been underused and underappreciated by Chelsea since joining the club, with the winger once one of the best creative forwards in Europe and a talent that every big team in Europe seemingly wanted to sign during his Ajax years, and Napoli landing the Moroccan for cheap could be a coup. Napoli has also been interested in the signing of some young promising stars such as Jesper Lindstrom from Eintracht Frankfurt, Dani Ceballos from Real Madrid, the young Italian Gianluca Scamacca from West Ham and Julian Brandt from Borussia Dortmund. In addition to that, Napoli are in need to keep their quality key players for the next seasons in order to maintain and preserve a positive winning mindset for their upcoming challenges. That's it guys for today's video. Don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment and subscribe for more content.